Hello everyone, it's Max here and welcome back to another video. The piece that we'll be looking at today is from Grade 2, C3.
Hol haltál az éjjel cinegemadár?
The name of the song translated into English is Where Did You Sleep Last Night, Little Bird? And it is taken from a traditional Hungarian folk song. Now the song has been passed down and developed into many variations, and one of which tells the story of a little bird that has flown away, leaving behind a lover who is desperate to know where it has gone. The lover calls out the bird asking it to return so that they can reunite once again. They wonder if the bird has found a new home in the forest or by the river, or if it's still flying free searching for its true home. This song is a good choice to round off your Grade 2 performance. The piece can be divided into two halves, with the second half resembling pretty much the first half, only with different dynamics and bowings. That is why it is important to make sure that there is a contrast, or at least a difference, between the same phrase happening twice. Musics are written with intentions. Very, very rarely do composers just go like, oh, let's just fill the paper and write another bar, the exact same bar. No, instead they're written with the intention to achieve something. When it's repeated, maybe it's to show you an echo of the first version. Maybe it's trying to show you a opposite dynamic of the first version. Maybe it's trying to show you a contrast. Maybe it's using the same phrase to build up to a certain climax. So never just treat them as, oh, it's the same thing happening again. Guess what? Less work for me. Let's not do that. Okay? So with that being said, I'm going to share with you 3 technical things to pay attention to so you can play this piece better. Alright, and I'm here with my violin. The first one is very straightforward, but not too easy to do for a lot of Grade 2 students, which is the placement of the second finger. So here we have, immediately in the first 3 bars, we have the second finger. Yes, remember, second finger never in between the first and the third, in the middle. If it's in the middle, we don't even need to check, it's going to be not correct. It's either with the first or with the third, right? So the first part we have. So the first thing to check, really, make sure that when you're playing the first 3 bars, is my second finger either with the third or with the first. Okay, and obviously there are many exercises that you can practice. Check 2 things. 1, finger placement. Alright, are you placing your fingers more or less consistently somewhere in the middle? The second thing is to make sure that your hand is not grabbing to the neck of the violin too hard, so your second finger can actually move between the 2 places relatively easily. Okay, and now moving to the second thing, pauses. Yes, you may be thinking, well, Max, it's pauses, we don't need to do anything, why are you talking about it? Well, at the very least, you need to make sure that you count correctly. It is very easy for us to be like, oh, let's skip the pause, and then you play with the piano accompanist and you realize that you have no idea when to come in. Okay, so one is that, of course, you can listen to the piano part to develop some sort of understanding of where you need to come in, but a way that's always less risky, okay, is to just count very carefully. Utilize the pause, not just that you are pausing, but you want to make sure that with that amount of time given, you will be placing the bow, prepare for the piano. To the bow, check whether 1, your bow is close to the fingerboard, 2nd, whether it is tilted forward, and whether you are using a lot of bow intending to. No, we start in the middle because we're not going to be using too much bow. So go back and have a look. If you come back to me and say, Max, after 8 beats of pause, alright, piano finish playing and you go, when it's supposed to be piano, I'll be very upset. Okay, I'll be very upset. Alright, and then finally it's about the pizzicato. So here we are plugging 2 strings at the end, forte. Really, 2 things I want to mention. 1, we have the previous note ending from here. So try your best not to finish here, because if you finish the bow here, guess what? You still have a long way to bring the bow back to the bottom with your index finger, and then you plug, which takes a lot of time. Instead, bring it to the bottom and you can keep it a little bit shorter, and then you can have the first finger lifted up and then plug the string. That's the first thing. Second thing, when you lift the first finger, okay, the one thing that you should be looking at is not the ceiling, not on the floor, not on the fingers, because you're not changing anything. One thing that you should be looking is your index finger. So we want to be quickly lifting it up in the air, because here there's no risk of us bumping the things. Our hand is just in the air. Alright, so quickly, and then we land in between the G string and D string. Alright, don't start plugging here, because then you plug 4 strings. Have your fingers touch the D strings and then plug. Of course, try not to plug it here. We always do our plugging on the fingerboard. Okay, and then you just need to be careful not to plug the E strings. Alright, I know it's only 3 tips, but I have one last, the 4th tip for you guys, which is the idea about exaggeration. Towards the end, we have 4 notes that we need to play pianissimo. The only thing that I'm going to encourage you to do, take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, check how soft you can play, and of course still maintaining a good sound, but really as soft as you can. Okay, not bad, right? So we do it again. Yes. Sometimes students are used to the idea of doing open strings and they develop a pretty good, mezzo forte sound, but we must not forget that we still need to be equally expressive, even though we are playing at a softer, pianissimo or piano. We still need to be expressive, and we still need to create good sounds. So really experiment, alright? Don't be settled with playing something like, because that's more mezzo forte and mezzo piano. As soft as you can. And without changing the rhythm, You can slow down, but without changing the rhythm. With that being said, good luck, and as usual, if you have any questions, leave a comment down below. If you like the video, if you find it helpful, thumbs up, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. I will see you in our next video. Bye!